Linda.
You promised me a page. That's hardly
Give you a page to scribble on.
It's a used page. It's not a proper page.
No,
it's like
the other side of it. Listen, if we all started using clean pages for everything, there'd be no trees left. Think green. Okay, what are you laughing at?
Because I love it when you drive.
You have a blank surface, so you've just done a big pentagram. Is it? You going into session of devil worshipping after the show or something?
No, don't like the SPIDER word and don't like the DEVIL word.
Devil. Again, is there anyone out there that examines doodles? You know, for like the Rorschach test. Is that what it is? You ever see that ink blots that psychiatrists use? What do you see in the picture? Ink? No, what else do you see? Ink on a page? I don't know. So, if there's someone there, please, could we send you Linda's doodles to see what the story is? I mean, yeah. Right. I'm going to, you're, do you know what griffonage is? Griffonage? Because I found a list of words that people don't use, but they should. Griffonage is scribbled handwriting, just what you're doing,
I thought it was something to do with Harry Potter. Griffin Edge.
Griffonage. Gryffindor you're thinking of, yeah.
Yeah. What else have you got for me?
A buccula. Do you know what a buccula is? Going to look round. There's not one in this room anyway. Well, there's not, and it's a physical attribute.
Sorry.
I can see your buccula.
I don't know what that is.
It's a double chin. That's why he says there aren't any in this room. You see.
As I lift my face up.
No, hold on. I forgot. Just remember the camera's on, so now I have to go all Bruce Forsyth in front of good guy. Yeah, keep your chin up. I have to go all Bruce because of the camera angle, and now I'm getting a sore neck. So buccula is a double chin. I found these. What do you think? Do you know the things that you didn't think had names? You know, on a table tennis bat, there's wee bumps on the surface of the bat.
Yes.
So the ball gets a grip. What do you call the wee bumps?
I've no idea.
Pips.
Really?
Pips, yes. So it's Gladys Knight and the table tennis bat bumps. Hi, it's midnight, Trinity, Georgia. Gladys Knight and the table tennis bad bumps. It's class. Next time I play that, that's you know. Oh, have you ever been caught pandiculating?
Thinking.
Caught in the act of pandiculation?
I've no idea.
It's this.
No idea.
Stretching and yawning. I know. There's people sitting going, what is it? Yes, pandiculation. I love these things. Yeah. Right.
Right, never mind. I want to talk about phones.
You want to talk about phone? Walla. Walla is a sound engineer's term for the murmur of a crowd in the background. That's the walla. Too much walla. Turn the walla down, you know. So there you go. I'm fascinated by all this. Yeah. Chanking.
We'll be here all day. Stop it.
There's chanking here.
What does that mean?
It means food that somebody has spat out. Where did I get that from? Chanking?
Who wants to even know that word?
Right, go ahead. What rubbish were you going to talk about?
Talk about phones.
That was great. That was great material.
So my mummy and my Aunt Lily were out yesterday on the loose, and none of the two of them had their mobile phones. Wee surprise. But the thing is, they found it really difficult to find a phone. Phones aren't on every street the way they used to be, you know.
No,
what do people do?
They used to be on every corner. Funny, I heard an article about this quite recently. BT have decommissioned in the last 2 years something like 40,000 phone boxes.
You can't decommission phones.
They do, yeah. They take the phone boxes away.
But what about normal people who don't have their phone or don't have a doodad?
Normal people have a phone. Mostly people have a phone. But no, listen, it's not cost effective to keep phones out. So there's very few of them in any city centres anywhere now, pay phones.
But what about people who are a wee bit older, who might not necessarily have their phone
charged? Well, they can't walk to the corner to use a payphone.
But it's not fair and it's not fun. It's a wee bit scary, actually.
No, well, listen, it's not cost effective. They're a business after all. They can't keep maintaining tens of thousands of phone boxes if, you know, they're getting used once a year.
You're on your.
Yeah.
Thank God we're not going to you for.
No,
looking
okay.
after the
When was the
other-
last time you used a phone box?
Well-
Except to go to the toilet. No, it's for fellas, sorry.
Oh.
Some fellas. Hold on, I can feel my bucculus shaking there.
And another thing is, when you're talking about phones, do you remember years ago when you used to hide using the phone when you were sitting in the hall? And they used to, it just came to me the other day, you got free phone calls right up until 59 minutes and you had to time it. So
Hold on.
Yeah.
This would explain a lot in our house.
You hung up.
Hold on. You thought you got free phone calls for
Yes.
59 minutes. That would explain loads
Yes.
of phone bills in our
No,
house.
hold on, no.
You thought if you were on the phone for less than an hour, you didn't get charged?
Yes.
Oh, stop
They
touching me.
used to have a service where
Hold
if you were on the phone for
I
50...
found a photo in our house. I put it on Facebook quite recently, and it was you halfway up the stairs. So here you are. Here you are. Like that there.
Everybody sat like that.
Feet up on the wall. Phone. Hold on, 59 minutes. I'll ring you back.
That's right.
Get away with that.
Everybody did that. I'm sure there's people listening. You did do that. You sat in the hall. Once the 59 minutes or near the 60 minutes, you conked it out. You put the phone up and then you phone back again and you had another 59 minutes. So that was a deal.
No,
that
that didn't happen. That's why
Did it not?
when a phone bill come into our house, it's set on the fireplace like a nuclear warning. It was like,
Are you sure?
somebody open me. And nobody wanted to open it because if you opened it, you're going to have to pay it. And then all you heard was, I don't use the phone. I'm never on the phone. What phone?
There's no phone calls for me.
No, yeah, I never use that phone. I left 10p out in the hall about 3 years ago. That'll do me. That's right.
But I know.
And my mum eventually would go, is anybody going to lift that phone bill? Mm-hmm. They're going to cut it off.
I know, but the thing is, you used to go out and use it sneakily, isn't that right? I knew you on that phone.
I used to pay for it. And I remember Mummy saying, that phone's going to get cut off, and I wouldn't care. Only somebody will be phoning to tell us somebody's dead and they won't get through. I remember her saying that. We need it for emergencies for the house. In case somebody's dead.
We need it for dead people. That's
Right.
That's right.
I'm serious. Phone. But hold on, Linda, you did not get a free 59 minutes on the phone and then start again.
I think you did.
No, that's why the bills were mad.
But I think
You phoning your stockbroker in Australia and all. Hello.
think you did.
Hello. Buy more kangaroos. Might you want to have a yarn for another 58 minutes? All right, it's free.
I'll phone you back.
I'll phone you, sure. Where are you? Russia? I'll phone you. Send me a number. I'm just sitting here in the stairs, blocking the whole stairs. Nobody can get to the toilet. Nobody can use a phone. Nothing. And I've no buckula here.
Oh, you sausage. There's a text just come in.
Linda, so true. When it came to 59 minutes, you hang up and then you ring again. Yeah,
Yes.
I bet you had exploding phone bills in your house as well. Dear me.
You did. You definitely did do that.
Johnny, give my husband Aaron a shout out. He loves Thursdays. Right? And I agree with Linda about the 59 minutes thing. This was a rumour put around by the phone companies so that you all thought you were not spending money. And the wee man was going, you, another sucker, 59 minutes. You far away there. You think it's free, don't you? Far away. I ring them back again, sure. Sitting going clink. And his boss is going, any more of those? Yes, boss, there's loads of them, thousands of them.
He's really upset.
It's your
by
woman,
this.
Linda. She's telling everybody it's free. Anyway,
Yes.
sorry. Did you go and see a film?
Yes, but hold on. I've something else to talk to you about.
Did you touch
beside
me
the
again?
phone. Yes.
Stop touching me.
So, do you ever remember going to the market, right?
The market?
And you would have bought a tape, or maybe a wee second-hand chat, and you'd have bought a tape. Remember they used to have songs on the tapes, like you'd buy a single or whatever.
Do you mean a cassette tape?
Yes.
Right.
So did you ever remember going and buying one and getting it home and it was blank? Did you ever remember that?
I mean, you bought one that you thought was a real one, like
Yes.
somebody's album on it or
Yes,
something, and
yes.
it was blank?
Yes.
No.
Oh, you did.
No, it did not.
Did.
No, it did not.
They probably were, what do you call those things that aren't real, but you're not supposed to have them?
Fake.
Yes. They're probably fake ones, but they were blank.
But then if you're going to a wee market to buy tapes, you know, you're not exactly dealing with the man from EMI, you know what I mean? What wee Geordie going, wanna buy a tape?
Why is there wee Geordie
Buy a tape? Bond do you like? You too? Hold on. Print a U2 one there. Give us a U2 bit of paper there. And he goes, there, that's you two there. That'll be a fiver. Thank you. And you go back next week, no stall. Geordie's away to Benidorm. That's the kind of tips you were buying. Anyway, listen, I've things to do. I'll be back in a minute, and you've got to tell me about this film.
Right.
So, Vice is the film, folks. Film. If you've seen Vice, folks, let us know what you thought of it. Lawrence Barkley, CeeLo Green, and crazy. She crazy. Right, our Linda's still here. Hold on. I'm just checking out the phone thing. Johnny, the 59 minutes thing came about in the late 90s. So when you were hanging on the phone in the 70s and 80s, you were burning money.
No, it happened.
Came in the 90s.
Listen, in the 90s, I was too busy dancing. It didn't happen in the 90s.
But dancing?
I was out.
No, you weren't. See, we're having the argument that we had years ago. I wasn't in to use the phone. I have photographs of you. Right? But let me finish, Lawrence. He says that came in the late 90s. But in our house, the phone bill was itemised. My dad would have been calling all sorts of numbers out. And everybody would be looking at each other going, I don't know that number. I never ring that number. There was 8 of us. So it took a while. And God forbid if a mobile number came up, smoke coming out of his ears. Yes, it sounds like our house. It really does.
But the thing is, you're just picking out a text that didn't agree with me. There are loads of texts here that agree with me.
Every single text saying your sister is a balloon and she cost you fortunes and I bet you paid the bill all the time. That's what they're saying here. Johnny, the 59 minutes thing started in the 90s, not the 70s or 80s. And my mummy had a lock on our phone, says Angie. Right? Hold on. There was a former BT engineer was in touch. I'm trying to find his. I think it was Colin. Right. Sorry, I don't know. Well, oh, yes. Certain BT calling plans allowed this, the 59 minutes thing, but it was only after 6. Yeah. So you owe me 10 fortunes for phone bills.
I am sorry.
Yes. See? There you go. Right. A load of people on touch about that. And Johnny, the last time Neil used a public phone on a night out was a few years back. And he rang me to come down and get him at Marlborough Park. I drove up and down the Lisburn Road twice, Saturday night, looking for him. On the third drive-by, I actually saw him. And he looked like he'd been trailed through a hedge backwards. He says, I've been here all the time. I was sitting downside and I fell off a wall. fell over the wall. She's driving up and down going, where is he? I'll kill him. Good. Listen, this film, I've got a minute.
Okay.
Vice.
So I went to see Vice, and this is Christian Bale, and he's absolutely brilliant in this. And this is the story of Dick Cheney and his role in the government with George W. Bush, the younger. And it just shows you the dirty dogs and the dirty dealings and everything that went on in the government at that time. And why do big people always tell lies? That's all I want to know. But this film's really good. Yes.
You mean politicians?
Yes.
Listen, you've only got to look at the carry-on at the minute. Breakfast. Oh, lying about breakfast. Oh, telling lies about breakfast. You want to hear them about dinner time? No, it's all about breakfast. I mean, listen, you've only got to see these people making statements, totally contradicting themselves. Something they said 2 weeks ago. I never said that. Oh, yes, you did. So, is it a good film? Because he put on about 9 stone to do this role, didn't he?
He is amazing in this, but you don't realise the role that Dick Cheney had. He practically run the government when. I know.
Was it
George
Dick Cheney shot his mate out hunting or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
He did. He did.
Sorry about that.
I know, but the things that these people get away with, and if you're interested in anything like that at all, I just thought it was fascinating. But I don't like the fact that why does nobody tell the truth when they're in power, and why does everybody have to have an underhanded view on everything? I don't like it.
Listen, they're all politicians. They're all Dick Dastardly. Right. Sorry. I didn't mean that. Okay. Right. Go away. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.